Hello, my sewing friends. I am Pam. So, I have watched Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and for the last 3 weeks, I have been really wanting to do this Friday Sews. So, this is Friday Sews. I'm just gonna jump on the bandwagon and start it and basically talk about anything. Well, today, what I am doing is I am cleaning my sewing machine. I decided that I was going to switch it out to this one instead of my other one because it was just time for a change. For some reason, my other sewing machine is having some issues where it keeps skipping the stitch. Yeah. And so I'm just like, well, what do I do? So I've cleaned it. I've changed the needle, but it's still skipping the stitch. But I'm trying to use a zigzag stitch to do it. So who knows what's going on with it. Now if I could just get this lined up. Oh no. I'm having some complicated issues here. Trying to get this back in. Really should not be this hard. Let's see. There we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. By golly, I got it. So, I'm going to take you off the stand real quick. So this is my machine. I turned it around. So this is my Brother XL3025. This machine is really quite old. I have had it, let's see, since like at least I was in high school when I got it. I think I was probably 12th grade. So I graduated in 97. So I have probably had it since 1996. 1996, yeah. So I've had a very long time. Very, very long time. But it's just basic. Has the basic stitches. Maybe that would be better without that glare. And granted, I still have a little plastic piece on there because I just didn't want to take it off. But it's got basic 21 stitches. It just has this nifty little wheel on the side that just changes the stitches. And then got the wheel there. And you put that there. And you can wind a bobbin. Put it back. Here's a bobbin winder up here. And it still works. Which is pretty awesome that this still works. But yes, it is my first machine that I ever got. So, when I got my machine, I was in high school, and I had a car that my parents had given me, just one of the old cars, that they just weren't going to drive anymore. And so I took it over, and I drove it a little bit, but it ended up blowing the head gasket on it. It happens when you don't make sure there's enough oil in it. But I was a teenager. I was 17, 18 years old. I think I was 18. Because, yeah, I was 18. I was in high school. Because that year I turned 19. So I was in school, and I had a neighbor that was pregnant at the time, and then I had a friend at school that was also pregnant at the time. This needle setter has never really worked that great, but she was married and pregnant, and I decided at that time that I wanted to start making baby blankets for, just people, for neighbors and family and friends and stuff. So I started making quilts, blankets. And I had an interruption. My son came down. So what it was is I got the interest of sewing baby blankets for friends and neighbors. And at the time, I had a car, but I had blown the head gasket, and so it needed I think I blew the piston or something. And so it needed a new engine. So I was working, and it needed a new engine. And this opportunity came up of sewing blankets. And I kind of weighed my options. I'm like, okay, what do I do? On this hand, I want to get a new engine for my car. And that car had been around for a lot of years. It had a lot of issues anyways. And I think it was a 1984. A 1984 Chevy. It wasn't a Cavalier, because a Cavalier was the other one. But it was a car. It was a station wagon. Chevy station wagon. Yeah, those haven't been around for a long time. So, because I had a large family. I had lots of siblings. And so I weighed my options like, okay, do I get a new engine for the car and see if it works? Or, on the other hand, do I want to buy a sewing machine? Well, at that time, I decided I wanted to buy a sewing machine. So I went down to the store. And I'm trying to remember what it was called, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Fred Meyers. It was a different store at that time in my location. It might have been called Best. We have a Best Buy now, but it might have been called Best. I don't know. But it was a store, and they had sewing machines and several other things. So at that time, I decided I was going to buy a sewing machine. And so I have used it a lot. And I still have it, and it still works. I haven't had any huge issues. And it's got like the metal gears and construction. I don't think it really has any plastic construction inside it, which is good. And it's just got the plastic base, like case thing. So I've used it a lot. And every once in a while I'll put it away and use a different one. But this is still one that I go back to when I get frustrated with my other machines. Because this is one that just a good old machine. So, and I do still have the instruction manual too. Okay, so here's my instruction manual, my operation manual. And look, I'd hook it up to do like the little embroidery stuff. So, I don't even know. On here, if it would tell me, you know, manufacturing date, it probably would not. Probably not. But it does a buttonhole, and it does, see, look at that. It said monogramming and embroidering. I really have not used it that much. And it does appliques and do a gathering stitch and darning. You got button sewing and zipper insertion. You know, just the basics. You know, the only problem I've ever really had with this machine is that the foot pedal cord like went bad. Trying to figure out what how to say that, and it's just not coming to me. It like short-circuited type thing. So yeah. So I've had to replace the foot pedal power cord just once. You know, and back then they did have like the electronic display ones too. But I went with the inexpensive one at the time for me. Alright, so basically you could say that that's how my sewing journey began. It was back in 1996-97 when I purchased my machine and started sewing. And I started out with quilts and blankets, and I did a couple pillowcases too at the time. And then it has evolved into, let's say, making clothes. Yes. So today is Friday, and that means my kids are home because they don't go to the school building on Fridays. Yes. I should show you my patterns I got the other day. Yes. So when I buy the patterns, there's 2 patterns per package, which is like $1.99 for the 2 patterns, which is a pretty good deal, $1 a pattern. And I'm pretty sure they're all uncut, which is even better. Yeah, they've never been cut. So I have this one. It's 2455. It's a Style Made Easy pattern, and it's just a little shorts. And okay, so I got this pattern, and it's a sizes 6 through 16. And here's the back drawings. when I looked at this more, I was like, oh, that would be so cute for my niece. Yes. Okay. Now, I have this New Look pattern, 6901. And I want to make that view A. And the best part about this pattern, is that it only if you did a size 18, it requires 1 yard. If you do a 16 and under, it only requires 7/8 of a yard. So I have this cute fabric, but it leaves like a sparkle all over everything. But it's this cute little fabric here, and it's stretchy, and it's kind of sheer a little bit. But she plans on wearing an undershirt under it, like a camisole. So I have this that she wants me to, my sister wants me to make her a shirt out of. She was so excited. And so I got the pattern the other day and showed it to her. And we think we can make it work. I'm hoping. And if I have to use like a contrasting fabric for the sleeves, so be it. We will. Okay. Next pattern is we have this one. And I might already have this one, but I'm not sure. So it's 2594. Oh, sorry. And there's a back of it. And this is sizes 8 through 16. Alright. And then we have this other one, a Simplicity 2554. And it's for knit. And I think it's really cute. Now, what I want to make with it is I'm thinking view C would be quite nice. But I would want to add sleeves. So if I can intermix like that with maybe that sleeve design, but not the little like elastic around it, or even that sleeve design, just along with that, I think it would look okay. I would have to experiment. But yes, those are some patterns I picked up the other day. I also picked up yarn, but you don't want to hear about that. So, well, thank you so much for joining me in telling you about my sewing journey and my very first machine. And this was Friday Sews, which is anything goes. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.